she got a Happy Meal or some kind of one of those little things from one of the stores, and she got finished eating. And you know how it comes with a little toy in the bag or whatever? So my daughter would like eat half of the meal just to hurry up and get to the toy. And she's on the table, and I'm on the couch, and she's like, Dad, can you help me put this puzzle together? And, I'm on the couch, and I think I was probably studying the original Hebrew scriptures, or I was in the Spirit of God fasting while she ate on his land. I was probably watching YouTube or something. But I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm going to help you out. And so she's doing the puzzle. And one thing that I always remember is that my mama said, sorry, I just thought, my mama said, whenever you put, sorry, we'll get back to the story. Whenever you're putting a puzzle together, you always start with the border. Because you got 100 pieces, but there's only a certain amount of border pieces, and they're all flat. So at least start there and work your way in. But my daughter, she's not looking at the fact that on the box there's a picture of the end result. She's just looking at what she has right here in front of her. In our life, a lot of times we forget what is happening in the future, and we get so concerned about what is happening right here in front of us. Sometimes it takes a visionary, it takes somebody to come alongside of you and speak about what your life can become and not get so caught up in the here and now, what's going on in your life. We can get so caught up in the fact that COVID-19 just ransacked the whole entire world, but we got to start thinking, how can we use this next time if something happens? How can we be better? How can we be sharper? We found out that COVID-19 could not take the church out, but the church has to get better. We have to develop better ways on how we can get through this situation. And so I told my baby girl, I was like, Malia, look, grab this piece and put it right here. She's like, no, I got it. Malia always wants to do it, no matter what. If I open up a bottle, she wants me to open up halfway, and then she can finish it off or whatever. I don't know if you have kids like that, but mine's like that. And so I have to speak to her and tell her. So I'm looking at, there's the sky, and then there's green grass, and there's dirt or whatever. So I'm looking at the colors, and I'm telling her, baby, that probably goes right there. And so she starts to put it right there. And I'm like, this one probably goes on this side. And then she starts listening to me, and the pieces start fitting. And I started thinking to myself, if you were to record us and take me out of the picture, what you would see is a girl that looks like she knows what she's doing. She's just putting all these pieces together. It just looks like she knows what she's doing, but her father is behind the scenes telling her what to do and put this here. To be totally honest, when we started the church, it may look like we knew what we were doing, but we didn't. But I had a God who was saying, this is what you're going to do, and I'm going to tell you what to say whenever you get up there. And this is the importance of having a God. This is the advantage that we have. We are different. I'm not just stuck with my conscience and my intuition, but I have the Holy Spirit on the inside of me, leading me, guiding me, telling me what to do in a dark and lost world. He is my light. And so we're putting the pieces together, and then we put the border together, and she grabs one piece. It's not a color that anything on the border is, and she's trying to stick it on every single one of them. I'm like, baby girl, she's like, there, it fits right there. It's hanging halfway off. I'm like, it doesn't go there. And she was like, I don't understand. It doesn't fit to anything. But what I'm telling her, I said, baby girl, right now you may not tell where it fits. And it may look like this doesn't go anywhere. But sooner or later, you're going to see exactly why this piece is here. And this is what I've learned, church. When we go through situations in our lives, sometimes something happens to you and you're like, God, why is this happening? Have you ever been there, church? Why am I going through what I'm going through in my life? But then we find out that at the end of it all, God had a plan anyways. And now, like a year later, you're like, okay, now I know why I had that. It's one of those it had to happen moments. Like, okay, I see you now, God. And we started putting all the pieces together, and finally she was like, oh, okay, I get it. Without this piece, it wouldn't be finished. And so we got almost everything together. It looked beautiful. We could see the formation done. It was almost done. We could tell just by looking at the puzzle that or what it was, but there was only one problem. There was one piece missing. So we tore up the table. We looked everywhere. We looked underneath the table. We looked in the bag. We were looking everywhere until finally we lifted up the box, and the missing piece was underneath the box. The crazy thing is what was missing was right there the whole time. And church, what I want to tell you is this. You've been searching everywhere in this world. You've been looking in relationships, in a job, and money, everything in this world. You've been looking for it. And God was right there the whole time. And it really doesn't matter how much you can tell that the puzzle is, you can tell what it is by looking at it, but no matter what, it's not finished yet. It's incomplete. There's a missing piece. And what I want to tell you is this: the Prince of Peace is the missing piece in your life. Until you have God in your life, it's still incomplete. You can look successful by the world standards. You can have money. You can have the job. You can have the house with the fence and the dog and everything. But if you don't have God, you've missed it all.